Why don't you start by bring us up to date a little bit about where your characters are this season, and a little bit of a preview of what's in store for them.
Well, Nia, in season one, she's trying to get back into her acting career, and then in season two, she's finally in the beginnings of the dream of it, and she's like stuck in this dream throughout through a good portion of the season until some things happen that kind of pop that bubble, and you also see her battling, the thing that a lot of people battle with, the struggles of social media and trying to figure out who she is as an artist and maintaining who she is as an artist, and understanding the business side of it all, and being a brand and maintaining a social media, and what that looks like for her.
Hattie left off the last season with a potential new love interest. Also, she got fired from her job, so she still doesn't have anywhere to stay. She's still broke, but she may have some new love interests in season two. They may be good for her, they may be bad for her. We don't know. We'll see. But for the most part, season two is going to be full of her just still trying to figure out how to become a writer and how to get into a writer's room, and how to, especially now that she's been let go from one, so it's kind of like starting back from square one.
Yeah, the show's really interesting in a lot of respects, but particularly because of how it takes on the issue of queerness in the Black community, queerness in Hollywood. Talk a little bit about how you see the show and how it fits in adding this level of representation to the conversation.
Yeah, well, as someone who can recollect on their adolescence and even adulthood of being uncertain and unsure of themselves, and in terms of my sexuality, my place in this world, I look at a character like Hattie and I see someone that's confidently themselves. And we don't know the backstory of her. Maybe it took her a while to get there, maybe she's just always been this way, but I think it's a revolutionary thing and a breath of fresh air to see a character that is unapologetically themselves and doesn't highlight their differences. They're just like, I'm just gonna operate in my space how I want to, and y'all can get with it or get lost. And as you can see, I think, her friends, Marie and Nia, they accept her for who she is, as do even in the workspace. Like JoJo, I would have never been confident enough to walk into a business environment dressed as a masculine presenting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would think that there would need to be certain limitations on it. So, watching Hattie do it in such a fluid way is inspiring to me.
Yeah, Gabrielle, what do you think about the show and representation?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think it's obviously important. And I remember someone mentioned this earlier, that Hattie feels like she is who she is, and she feels like everybody's best friend. And I think it changes people's perspectives in terms of relationships don't have to look a certain way, or I don't have to look a certain way as an individual or behave a certain way as an individual to fit societal norms. Let's create, a new normal, and that's being fully yourself.
To me, the thing that stands out the most is how society just minds their business and allows her to be herself. I think that's the biggest thing you should take away. Not somebody saying, I'm just going to be myself, but people saying, yeah, do that, and we're going to mind our business. That's really the biggest key.
I was wondering, I watched a couple of the early episodes for the season, and was there a scene or a moment in the season that you're like, I wonder if that going a little bit too far? Is that was that moment that kind of surprised you in the season? Good or bad or something like that?
I can't think of any. I don't think I've had any moments that kind of surprised me. I mean, I feel like I keep saying this, but I was surprised how much chemistry me and because my sister, Nia Jerve, who plays my sister on the show, comes in, and I was surprised by how much fun and chemistry that we had. It was very fun. But nothing specifically in the script that surprised me.
Yeah, a few things surprised me, because honestly, Hattie, I'm a fan of the show. So from a lot of times I feel like just someone, I'm looking at it from the perspective of just a fan. And I get frustrated with Hattie quite often. You know, like literally we'll be about to do a scene and I'll be like, why is she doing this? Like, why, like, I, you know, just simple things of like, I don't know, you're homeless, you ain't got a place to stay, but you catch an attitude with the one person that's giving you somewhere to sleep. That doesn't make too much sense to me, but let's go with it because everybody's different, you know? So I think it's great to show perspectives of people that live literally through their own lens. Like she's like, I'm gonna make decisions for me.
So for both of you, what's one thing about your character that you wish the audience knew that maybe isn't readily apparent to them?
I mean, I wish the audience could see more of, we're going to see it a little bit this season, but I wish the audience could see more of the dynamics of Nia's family, because no one, that's a little bit of a mystery. And I feel like it would be so interesting to see them juxtaposed to how Nia is as a person, because her family seems like they're very by the book, very strict, and they have this like, this idea of like the person that they want her to be. So, I mean, I would love to see that.
Yeah. I think I would love to see the origin story of their friendship, like Hattie, Marie, and Nia. We put together our own thoughts, but I really officially don't know like how they've established this type of friendship to the point where they're dealing with each other like that. You know, like the fact that Marie and Nia put up with Hattie, it's just like clearly they had to go through some things to establish a bond close enough to look out for this girl. Huh?
Why do they love her so much? Why did they give her so many chances? Why did
Exactly. They must know that in her former life she was she was good to them, you know. So I would love, or vice versa, like maybe Marie hasn't always had it together. And so, you know, that's why she, you know, is so big on marriage and, you know, and I don't know, I think that those background stories would be dope.